Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to Randomania for another exciting Zelda 1 Randomizer Battle Royale race. We have the semifinals of the Spoiler Challenge tonight. Three incredible competitors remaining. Liquid Husband here alongside my commentary partner, Isolated 999. This is an interesting type of race because not only are we eliminating guys one by one, but the runners get a pretty finite, pretty solid set of information about what they're about to be playing 10 minutes before the race begins.
All right, Liquid, are you ready for a data dump?
Hey, lay it on me, man. I got my pin clicked.
Okay, so here's a rundown of the items. I'll probably go over this again at some point. Level 1, Recorder and Red Ring. Level 2, Silver Arrows. Level 3, the Book. Level 4, Raft. Level 5, the Bow. Level 6, Boomerang. Level 7, Red Candle. Level 8, Ladder and Heart Container. Level 9, Magic Boomerang White Sword. Ladder Heart is Wand. Armos item is Power Bracelet. White Sword item is the Magic Key.
I am liking this already. Some pretty solid items that are going to be relatively free, including the wand and the silver arrows. And the red ring, probably. Oh wait,
What?
The wand's on the coast, so you gotta have ladder for that. And ladder is in level 8, so scratch that off.
And with White Sword being in level 9, that also makes things quite interesting.
Oh yeah, so we are going to have a lot of wood sword running of this game, minus Panzer Dave, of course. But even with this situation, even he might pick up the wood sword, knowing that the white sword is not accessible whatsoever until you have completed almost the entire game.
Now, there's a couple other things that we can talk about as far as what information the runners have. So obviously they have access to all of the items and level locations. They have access to every single cave location on the overworld.
Mm-hmm.
They have access to what's in each shop, what the money secrets are, which the money in this seed is actually pretty high. It's an 1138 124 seed.
Okay.
And they also have a map of every dungeon. Now, this map shows where the staircases are, so they can plan out, okay, these items are going to be deep, these items are going to be quick. What it does not show is the enemies, potential Goma, Dig Dogger, and ladder blocks.
Yeah. Question in chat, yes, the time for looking has begun. Just looking at this map right now, right off the bat, I'm seeing Raft and Power Bracelet not required. If everything has been marked off. Looks like it has.
That's what it looks like to me, but we are recorder blocked out of level 3.
Oh, yes, I knew there had to be something somewhere. There it is, yep. Recorder required for level 3. Fortunately for the runners, the recorder is in level 1, which appears to... It's blocked by a candle, looks like, level 1 is. It's underneath a burn bush. The wooden sword is in the desert open cave. Let's see. Death Mountain's got a collection of important things. That always makes for a fun seed. The warps, for the most part, are decently spread out, minus the two right next to each other. But then you got one in the northeast and one in the sort of far Midwest. The Armos item is being marked as just east of vanilla level 2. That Armos item being the Power Bracelet, which we know to be, I don't want to say useless, but not required. There might be a large secret underneath it, or a heart container, something like that.
Absolutely. So now we get into the question of the strategies that to be taken. Because you know where everything is, there's 3 major strategies you can take. There is the get all of your items you need for go mode as quickly as possible and then just blitz the seed down. there is get your easy dungeons out of the way first and hope you're not blocked by something.
Yeah.
And then there's the hybrid approach of go to the dungeons that have the important items, but finish them out while you're there if you can.
Yeah. I have no foreknowledge on how to do this kind of seed, but I gotta feel like I'd be heading to level 8 as quick as possible.
I would agree. I would probably stop in level 1 first to try to get both items out of there, because that red ring will definitely help in level 8.
Yeah. Yeah. So find a candle shop, or a take any, because you cannot skip the wood sword in this seed, Dave. I mean, he may, but you're going to be hard pressed to find more abilities to attack than to do that, because, like you said, white sword is in level 9. Magical sword way out of the way up in the northeast with nothing else of note anywhere near it. So we're going to see a lot of wood sword finishes, I think, here.
Now, on the other hand, the ladder may be easily accessible in level 8, as both items appear to be relatively early. So we may see a run into 8, grab the ladder, and then go get the wand right after that.
Yeah. You're not too far from the coast at level 8, so it's not, there's nothing any closer to the coast than level 8. It's basically the entire eastern, side of Hyrule is useless in this seed. Yes, Wand is on the coast. Sorry about that. For those joining late, Isolated 999 ran down all of the items. Let's see how much time we've got here. I think we got a couple of minutes, so I'll run it again real quick. Level 1, Recorder and Red Ring. 2, Silver Arrows. 3, the Book. 4, the Raft. 5, the Bow. 6, the Standard Issue Nanner Boomerang. 7, the Almighty Red Candle. 8 has the ladder and everyone's favorite heart container. 9, the Bloomerang and White Sword. Coast item is the Wand. Armos item is Power Bracelet. White Sword item, Magical Key. Recorder is required. Power Bracelet appears not to be. Raft appears not to be. I mean, they're not required, but could be useful, I guess, but do not... we do not know that, right off the top of our heads or anything, but looks like we should be getting going in less than a minute at this point. Any feel for how this is going to go? I mean, I got to feel like, the creator of the randomizer probably has a better grip on how these spoiler logs work than anybody, but we're farther enough in this tournament now that every runner should be on equal footing in that regard. Anytime the weirder the flag sets get, the weirder the race type gets, I start leaning toward Panzer Dave.
Well, here's something interesting to keep in mind. At the current moment, based on what I'm seeing, the only free candle that you can get out of a bonus cave is at vanilla level 5. There's one behind a power bracelet spot and one behind a bomb spot right next to level 2. I haven't seen where the fourth one is yet, but getting a candle may not be as easy as it looks.
We're in countdown mode here. Under 10 seconds from the beginning of the race at this point, guys. Hold on to your seats. We are about to get underway. So that difficulty getting a candle could be delicious.
Now,
the start screen.
Well, that's kind of nice. So here's the other side of that coin. There are 200 secrets that are free to pick up. All you need to do is go in the cave. So the runners may choose to just buy a candle.
Yeah, I mean, that could very well be the play. Fred going in a different direction from everyone else. Looks like he's heading straight to the warps. Or no, that's not a warp. That's one of the 100 secrets. All right, so Fred making that play, while Panzer Dave is the first one to pick up a sword. Who would have thought I could ever say that about any randomizer race?
Run is invalidated.
Digging that sweet dungeon green Link, though. He and I have the same preference there.
Ah, yes. So now that he's got a sword, he's probably going to be looking for bombs and ways to get into dungeons.
Yeah, it's looking like a lot of candles, a lot of candle block dungeons on the lower portion of Hyrule.
Including the dungeon that holds the red candle.
Mm-hmm. So that leads me to believe we're probably not going to see the red candle in this scene. You know, something about the Gibdo downstabbing is just lewd, but you know, whatever.
Looking at my map, 5 candle blocks.
Ooh, yeah. 6, 7, 1, 8, and 4. Yeah.
In fact, looking at this overworld, the only dungeon that you can enter without any items at all is 9.
Oh, how lovely. I couldn't remember if level 5 screen was an open cave or not. But man. So, Candle acquired by Raiko Ryder. He went up to vanilla level 5 to get his.
And it looks like I mismarked my own personal map earlier. The candle, the heart container cave that I thought was power bracelet blocked is in fact not.
Ah.
So power bracelet really not going to help the runners out, nor will the raft.
Raiko burning the wrong bush there, got it right this time, and he is in level 8. Looking immediately for that ladder.
He's hoping that the ladder is like just right in the start of the dungeon, but he is key blocked.
Not good.
Not what he was hoping to see at the beginning of the dungeon.
Ooh, Fred buying his candle for 70 rupees. Now Raiko going one screen up to level 1.
You know, I don't disagree with the choice to buy the candle over get it from a heart cave, because the white sword item is the magic key that could be extremely helpful for really everyone.
Yeah, Fred tried it at 4 hearts and was unsuccessful in picking it up. Raiko, you know, there may have been a ladder block in level 1.
There was not. There was a way around it, but there was a key block.
Okay. So keys being the early issue. Could Fred take an early advantage here with his strategy of going up to Death Mountain and picking up the any key?
Well, he's got to survive this screen first.
That's true.
And Dave is in level 1, killing the Dark Nuts, hoping for a key drop. Does not get one.
Nothing. Oh, 5 hearts is not enough. You're going to need 6 to pick up that magic key. That is not what Fred wanted to see.
Perhaps even more importantly, Fred is out of bombs, so he will not be able to open up level 2 and try to get a free key in there. Although he may be thinking, just go grab the magic key now, because it looks like he's heading for Vanilla 5 to get that heart container.
Yeah, I think he is just doing everything he can to make that. There was a warp relatively close to that, so that helped. So now he's got his 6 hearts, and he can warp again, because there's a warp 1 screen south of start, I guess, yeah.
You know, I'm looking at this map a little closer. I think we may actually see a runner attempt to get the magical sword if they think they have enough hearts, because it's right next to one of the warps, and we have a warp close to 9.
You know, that's not a bad thought. There's nothing else anywhere near the northeast, but there is a warp right next to where the magical sword is, so very well could be correct.
While Fred doesn't know this yet, he will have, I'm going to say, a sizable advantage over the other 2 runners right now because of that extra heart container.
Yeah. Especially, you know, the 6 hearts is nice. The ability to open any door, any key door he sees fit, perhaps nicer. Unfortunately, he won't be able to afford that sweet bomb upgrade we saw in level 1, but hopefully for him that won't be an issue.
Well, I imagine if he knows that the bomb upgrade is available, and he's going to get the recorder anyway, he could just route in to run in and grab a bomb upgrade whenever he wants.
Yeah. Everyone's favorite, 8 blue dark nuts on a river room.
Because balance.
Yeah. So he's gonna try to sword down this Gleeok, which I don't think either of our other runners tried to do. And oh, he was one hit away.
That's pretty harsh.
Yeah, very unfortunate on the part of Fred. But you gotta think, yeah, they want to get in here. If you get in here and you've got the red ring, and then can get the ladder out of 8 to get the wand, you're feeling pretty bulletproof at that point.
And Raiko just took a death on the screen that contained the heart container he needed to get the magical key. So here's something interesting. I believe we've already seen both bomb upgrades.
Oh, I know there's the one in level 1.
I thought I saw one in level 8, but I may have been mistaken. In fact, I probably was.
The 2 dungeons look identical, so from what we've seen so far. So, and Fred's saying no thanks now to the Gleeok. Is there any reason why that couldn't be an item?
No.
Okay.
Now, if that is an item, Fred may be hoping that that's the recorder so that he can have the red ring for the refight.
That wouldn't be the worst thing.
And folks, your third 100 secret in the seed is actually ladder blocked on the river.
Oh man. So we have second quest options on the overworld?
Yes, it is a mixed overworld.
Oh wow.
Now, granted, because you know where all the caves are, it's not as big a deal as it would have been without that, but still, it's important to know.
And do we have shapes in dungeons, or are they vanilla?
They are shapes.
Okay. So if Fred not picking up the map there, I guess he already knows what it looks like.
Yes, in the spoiler log, all of the runners are given a map that basically is the vanilla map, but shows where bomb holes can be and where the stairs are.
Okay.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, just kind of chilling on top of the stairs there.
It's like Raiko will be our first runner to get the bomb upgrade, maybe. Blue Dark Knights have other ideas for him.
Yeah, not sure what was going on there, other than he was not making it through there. Oh, and look at this, look at that very isolated room up there.
Yes, it's great.
Oh, there's our recorder. So we know that the staircase will contain the red ring.
I bet you the Gleeok has the Triforce.
It would only seem right at this point. The bomb upgrade, a paltry 3, it appears, from checking Raiko's screen.
But it is cheaper than normal.
That is true. So Fred, barring a Keith barrage, will pick up the red ring here. That bloody Gibdo now has 4 times the defensive capabilities of anyone else.
And this is a very interesting situation. Fred's early advantage of having Magic Key has now been both nullified, and that advantage has been reversed because he does not have the bomb upgrade.
Yeah. That all came down to purchasing the key I mean, purchasing the candle instead of taking one from the Take Any that allowed him to get the Any key faster than anyone else.
Now, here's the flip side of that coin. He is slightly more eligible to get mags than the other runners will be.
Yeah. So if we see another high qualifier, like we did for the White Sword item, that could come into play.
Especially if the seed just throws hearts at the runners.
Now, Fred is going up to that isolated room up in the northwest.
It's not going to be in there. It is on the Gleeok, it looks.
Oh, man. Your wishes come true. Although
Huzzah.
now he technically has 12 hearts to take care of that.
Oh my. Actually, there's a chance it's in that blue Dark Knight room too.
Oh, man.
Because the
That would
compass
be
is still
worse.
missing.
That would be worse.
Let's see. It might be the blue Dark Nuts.
It could also be this like room, I suppose, that Raiko's in.
Very possible. I do expect we'll see Fred come back for this bomb upgrade at some point. It is honestly pretty quick to get.
Yeah. And money seems to be pretty free here.
You get a compass on Raiko's side, and it is the blue Dark Nut room.
Oh, man. Ow. See, sometimes it doesn't matter how much you know about a seed, that doesn't make it easy.
Absolutely. And that's a crucial piece of information that the spoiler log does not give you, is what drops are where in the dungeons.
So the play is definitely now to go to the level 8 and try and find that ladder however you can.
We're seeing both Dave and Raiko go in there to do that right now. Fred will likely be in there after seeing the compass off of his Dark Nuts. Look at how many key doors you had to get through in level 8. Even if you got one key, it wouldn't have been enough.
Fred just got the bad news. That was an interesting combination in level 8.
Yes.
Gorillas and Wizrobes.
Oh, well, that's interesting. It's a good thing all the runners grabbed a sword. And this is important. Even though 8 looks like it's ladder blocked, the staircase makes it not so.
Oh man, check out this play by Fred. Clipping into the river. He is going to get this Triforce by hook or by crook.
You know, this isn't necessarily the worst idea in the world. I do believe that coming back with one would make this room a whole lot quicker, but I can understand why he's doing this now.
Yeah. They're being relatively kind as far as, you know, hanging out nearby. Oh, could this be the ladder room?
This is going to be the heart
Blue
container.
Wizrobes. Only if Raiko sees it through and actually clears it. If he doesn't clear it, then it's the ladder.
Nope. I still say the heart container.
Alright, so Fred, our first competitor to pick up a Triforce. He's doing traditional dungeon order, folks.
I don't think that's going to last that long.
Hey, but the silver arrows are in level 2, and it's so close by.
And Raiko has left level 8, probably to get a health refill before he goes back in. Maybe some bombs, too, off these Octoroks.
Yeah. Yeah. Bombs, health, yes, all Triforces are required. Random, probably attractive person in chat.
Dave is now taking a stab at the Wizrobes, or rather many stabs.
Oh!
Fred now sees the... If you didn't know there was a staircase or second quest rooms were on, you'd be ladder blocked, but you're not.
Man, Dave with some high skill in the Wizrobe combat. We'll see what we've got. It's the ladder.
Well,
The
you can't
play
win them all.
pays off for Panzer Dave. So I feel like Panzer Dave just took a decent lead in this race.
Yes.
Except he's not exploiting said lead.
Well, remember that Fred and Raiko will probably have their ladders quite soon.
Yeah, although I guess it would make more sense for him to go get the wand if he had somewhere to record her back to. Only Fred has that possibility right now, so.
Looks like Fred's going for the other item first.
That is
No?
a hardy decision.
He's going the other way around. Interesting. Maybe that's the way you had to go. I mean, there could have been a ladder block. I don't know.
See if
Oh, hi,
Fred
Goma.
can, yeah, right? See if Fred's getting some friendly Wizrobe patterns for some bombs here. That's always nice when you're trying to fight him with a wood sword.
Oh, absolutely.
He's doing a pretty good job of Wizrobe combat. I gotta say, I think Dave had the most success in this room of anyone. And I think that speaks to his skill as a vanilla runner. You see Raiko, he's getting caught on those full tiles with the Wizrobes a little too often for my liking. Not that I'm an expert, but I know how to get stuck on the full tiles with them better than anybody, probably. So...
Which... go ahead.
I would say I know it leads to a bad time.
Yes. So, the way you want to fight Wizrobes is to be on the half tile, and the way you want to fight Koreas is to be on the half tile. The way you want to fight Darknuts is to be on the full tile.
Naturally.
They're weird.
The old saying goes, you've got to step on the crack to break the Wizrobe's back.
That saying sounded different in my head than how you said it.
Make him humble, man. Make him humble. Now, Dave, heading back to, using the whistle to head back to level 1. This is the play I was expecting, since he did pick up the Triforce out of level 8.
So in about, I don't know, a minute or so here, all three of the runners are going to be relatively equal, with the exception being that Fred will not have that bomb upgrade.
Yeah. Did Dave get it, or is Raiko the only one that got it?
I believe Dave also got it.
Okay.
It's just Fred that lacks it.
Although Dave is, he's got a slight lead. I mean, both Triforces, he did get the wand already. Now he is headed into level 4, where the item is useless to us.
I'm thinking that at least one of these runners, after they get done with level 8 and getting their wand here, one of them might make a play for level 5 and level 2 to get their bow and silvers and then just be done with items.
Yeah, maybe pick up one large secret and just know that you can destroy everything the rest of the game. Minus Wizrobes, of course.
And we may see Fred poke his head back into 1 because he's near the amount he needs for that bomb upgrade.
Okay, yeah. Now, quick work made of level 4 by Panzer Dave. He is already out of there. Fred picking up a potion. So that says to me he's not making the play for the magical sword a priority.
Also says to me he's not going to go after the letter.
Yeah. Panzer Dave making a bomb purchase. I guess he's out of bombs. He needs bombs. He knows where they are. That's not a bad play.
I mean, that's not the worst play in the world.
No. He's going to get 2 bomb drops off of this screen, though.
In theory.
Alright, I'm already wrong, so he got one.
One is enough.
When you
With
buy
not
when you buy
needing
the other
to-
one, yeah.
Yep. With not needing to search for magic bomb walls because you know where they're going to be, it's really not that bad to go without the bomb upgrade.
Yeah.
Although Fred looks like he wants to buy the bomb upgrade in level 1.
Yeah,
Which
I can't imagine what else he'd be back for. He's a
Which
couple
if-
rupees short, though, right?
Yes, I believe it was 83 rupees.
Yeah.
Although this is definitely the time to buy the bomb upgrade, as without any bombs, you can't really do much. And Raiko's in level 7.
Mm-hmm. And something interesting about level 7, it contains the red candle. We might have an affinity for that one here on Randomania tonight, so let's see if Raiko, whether we will find ourselves rooting for or against him at this point.
Especially given he did not pick up the wand yet.
Oh man, well, the wand is the new red candle in this seed, I'm convinced, so...
Yes. I'm okay with that.
You know, the ultimately useful item that was easily obtained, yes, the wand is the new red candle. So he's in 7. We've got Panzer Dave in 6, which with the item in there, useless. Looks like Dave's play right now is trying to clear out useless item dungeons as fast as possible. He sneaks around the Dark Nuts there and picks up his Triforce in level 6. He is halfway to full-on wisdom.
That's not really a bad idea, like, just to be quite frank.
Yeah.
That was the other I think that was the hybrid strategy I was thinking of earlier. I might have been mistaken, I don't even remember. There's ways to beat this game.
Yeah, and seeing as he's heading to the dungeon that has the book now, I feel like that's Dave's play. He's going to clear as many dungeons as possible, as quickly as possible, and then worry about... Oh, and getting the early compass. Huge.
There's been a lot of early compasses in this seed so far.
I mean... That pretty much tells him everything he needs to know, and I guess he knew there's a staircase right here, and... Voila!
Yes. The players do have knowledge of all the staircases.
Well done. Looks like Raiko peeking into level 5, maybe trying to see if he can work a bow into his strategy soon. So we are seeing a different strategy now from 2 different runners. That's nice.
Level 5 is segmented, so it's going to have 2 transport staircases as well as a normal staircase. Funny enough, the 2 transport staircases, while both ends lead to the main segment of 5, the first segment of 5 that has 3 rooms has both sides of a transport.
How useful.
Dave will now be making his way into level 7, which is where we see Fred now.
Yeah. I'm convinced that is the play he's making. He has the Triforces out of 1, 3, 4, 6, and 8. He's going to dig 2 and 5, obviously, for their items. Everything else is Vanity and a Pursuit of Wind. He's probably tickled that he doesn't have to dig level 7 or level 6, considering how large they can get.
You know, looking at the layout of this overworld, there's also an extra benefit to routing in doing 2 and 5 last. It puts you closest to 9.
Hey, yeah, if you're not doing the magical sword play we were talking about earlier, then yes.
And given these runners' heart counts, I don't see that happening. Folks, now that you're seeing the map of level 5, name that ink block.
like a guy like diving onto a stake or something.
I think it's the Red Falcon from Contra. Just facing the other way.
Up, up, down, down.
If only we could use that in these seeds sometimes.
I'm pretty well, you know, one of the hints or whatever, or the something. There's a screen that says, I don't know, try the Konami code or something. Family stream, so I'll leave my thoughts about Konami out of this.
Maybe. We have not seen a Triforce out of 7 yet, have we?
No, nobody has gotten the Triforce out of 7 at this point. And if the tracking is correct, has Raiko not picked up a single Triforce piece yet?
He may have been bomb blocked from the Triforce in 8, and without the wand, he hasn't gone back to level 1 yet.
Oh yeah, that's right, he doesn't have the wand.
Right, now he does.
Oh, okay, now he does. He just didn't have it then. So,
yeah, I guess he picked it up somewhere or just chose not to use it for some reason.
let's withhold some of our judgment, both internal and external, that we had on Raiko. He has now picked up the Triforce out of level 5.
Yeah, well, nobody's picked up a red candle yet, so we can still judge.
You know, and oh man, look at that level 7. Wow.
It's a thing!
It is definitely a thing. Whew. Warshock, take your best shot with that one.
Fred has the Triforce out of level 7 now.
And we see our first play to level 2. Raiko having the bow is going to have more of a premium on that silver arrow than anyone else at this point. So he's making that play the other strategy you were talking about earlier, pick up the bow and silver arrow and then try to mow your way through everything else. Hoping there's a Goma block somewhere that really puts the screws to everyone else.
Well, given that we've seen the Triforces out of every dungeon but 2 is the only dungeon left that can have a Goma block. Well, more or less seen every Triforce out of all the dungeons but 2.
Yeah. I've seen a Goma in level 7, but I mean, Fred got the Triforce out of 7, so it can't be there.
And early Triforce in level 2.
Of course. Oh, there's your silver arrow room right there.
Oh, yeah. There's your compass after the Triforce.
Yeah. In case you forget.
It's back there!
It went that away.
Mike is now hoping any room but that room has the silvers.
Yeah. That is worst case scenario. Your wand is powerless. You're just hanging out in that room with a bunch of blue whiz robes.
I think the worst case scenario is you have 2 rooms left to clear and you haven't picked up the map yet. One of them's that room and the other one's a Goma.
Yeah, there could be that too. Yeah. Good luck.
We now have Dave in level 5. He has not gotten the Triforce out of 7. That could be big for Fred.
Oh, okay.
He might be thinking
Oh, sorry. Silvers were on the floor.
Rip our dreams.
We just wanted to cause Raiko as much pain and suffering as possible, apparently.
I know.
3 silvers on the floor, 3 jails guarding the Triforce. That room is total bait.
I think I know why Dave left level 7. He might think he's Goma blocked.
He might think he's Goma blocked. He did come across a Goma, and he went straight to level 5.
But that room that the Goma that was in, I don't believe that was a stair room.
Ah.
Wait. No, I don't think it was. I think? No, it might have been. I know Fred doesn't have the bow and arrows, so that Goma must not have been in the stair room.
Yeah, he couldn't, I mean, that Goma was not required in any way, shape, or form, because Fred made his way through level 7 just fine.
Although the Triforce wasn't a stair room, so you do have to take the transport in level 7. Due to the way the map's laid out. Basically, even though it's not visible on the in-game map, those on the very top row of 7, the leftmost room and the room directly below it are actually separated from the rest of the dungeon.
Oh, man. That's always fun.
Yep. Forced level 7 stairs.
Yeah, everyone loves a good maze in level 7.
Oh, that's interesting. Level 5 is actually truly double segmented. We can see that on the map. I'm kind of surprised Dave bombed both walls there, given he has a map available, but, I mean, maybe he just doesn't have it scrolled to there. He might have it on 9.
Well, Panzer Dave does force himself to play swordless, so it's not like he's, he's one who doesn't turn down useful information or advantages against his own free will.
You know, maybe that's why he bombed those walls. He's off his game because he has a sword.
Yeah, he's got the sword and it just completely messed with him. 100%.
Best logic ever.
Even better than version 28.
I have a very, what's the word? Interesting history with the Link to the Past randomizer.
Oh, I have no history with it other than some, other than bad-mouthing it to make people mad in speed gaming chat.
Look, clearly the best thing to do is just play the crossover randomizer with it in Super Metroid.
No, it is not. Oh my gosh. Let's focus on Zelda for a second here.
Right, you're going back to level 1 now.
Okay, time to pick up that Triforce in everybody's favorite Blue Dark Nut River room.
Also, it is pronounced Raikou. I just, got used to saying Raikou, so I always mispronounce it now.
Yeah, same here.
Fred may be our first runner into level 9.
Yeah, he has certainly bridged the gap. That the level 7 issue that Panzer Dave had has certainly helped Fred bridge that gap. Dave had kind of separated himself from the rest of the pack there for a good while.
I mean, he might have. I didn't see him pick up a Triforce. If he did, he ninja'd it.
No, he definitely. I mean, I am on board with him having not picked up a Triforce, so I feel like that is the agreement here.
Oh, that's why he's using his sword. There's a wizard flying about. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, the blue Wizrobe just, causing problems beyond trying to clear a shoot room that has nothing in it.
We have Raikou back in 7 now. He does have the bow and silver arrow, so if he sees that Goma, he may just go ahead and try to kill it.
Dave coming across our favorite room in level 2. Probably saying nope just as much as everyone else has.
Many Wizrobes, handle it!
Yeah. All you gotta do is bomb to the right. Easy game, easy.
See, it's a good thing the runners went to level 1 before they came to 2, because if they hadn't done that, this would be a whole nother story.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, needing that red ring just to tank your way through that bomb hole. I mean, it's one of those plays that almost everyone will do. You see you find out where the red ring is and you figure it's easily accessible, you're going to take it every single time. Like, make that your first move.
Absolutely. Especially, well, maybe not the first move, but definitely a early move. Given that you could very well be ladder, recorder, power bracelet, whatever blocked out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's in level 1. I mean, you gotta check that out.
Oh, yeah. Level 1 is so short and full of items anyway.
Yeah. Especially
Dave
in
is
those
making
new
his way...
beta flags.
Oh, yes. Dave is going to make his way back to level 7. He and Raiko will both be in there at the same time. Fred will be making his way to level 2.
Yep. So Fred will, you know, depending on how he routes level 2, like you said, probably the first one to make his way into level 9. Has the red ring and a potion, you know, fully prepared for the fact that he is under-equipped from an offensive standpoint for this dungeon. Oh, no, Raiko just picked up the Triforce in 7, and I didn't see where he was on the map.
It was that top left corner.
Okay, it's in the top left, okay.
So you do need to go through that stairway to get there.
Got it.
Funny enough, there is a Goma in the room with it.
So, technically Goma blocked.
Yes. It's just you don't need to kill the Goma.
Oh, is it an open staircase? Like a corridor?
Yes, it's a corridor staircase.
Okay.
Dave has now killed his multiple Gomas. This will be interesting to see who gets into 9 first.
I'm banking on Fred at this point.
I don't know. Dave's about to have his Triforce out of...
Okay, he's got the compass now, so I see that may expedite things for him. He knows exactly where to go.
And if Fred is doing the standard play of check all the rooms besides the bomb hall...
Yeah. Oh, Dave skipping the heart container.
I mean, he's got 7 with Red Ring. He probably will get a potion. Or not. I don't know.
It's right there, though. No, Dave won't get a potion.
Can we rag on him about not picking the heart container up then?
If he dies in level 9, God help us, he's gonna hear about it.
If he dies to a Ganon hug on Red Ganon.
Oh, don't let your dreams be dreams, Dave. He's taking a different route to level 9. He's whistling to 3. I guess that's the quickest way from where he was at, you know, without having to lose all your hearts.
I would think whistling to 4 and just take the warp would be a little faster.
It might be, but he's going to be the first one into level 9.
Although Fred will not be far behind him.
Not at all.
And yet, depending on how level 9 is, Raiko has the chance to snipe it from both of them.
Oh, absolutely.
Only one way to go at the start.
I guess Fred will be in 9 soon enough that we'll get to hear all the noises at that point.
So, looking at the map of 9, it is quite large. It has quite a few holes in it. Many bomb walls that do not go one way or the other. One item is relatively quick in 9, within about 10 rooms. The other one is near the back.
So that's going to be the white sword.
Yes. Clearly.
I mean, just go up, right? I mean, that's really the... Oh, I hear the roar. Pig is adjacent.
That was quick.
Dave is thinking some thoughts.
That is not the direction of Ganon. Apparently.
He knew that Patra was there. He just didn't... He didn't want to go that way originally. Now...
Interesting he's not clearing that room.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, that very well could have been Zelda.
Yeah. He is going as far away from Ganon as possible, it seems. And I know it's a spoiler log, but man, he's nailing every bomb hole. He's 100% so far.
You know, he could be deciding, let's go look for Zelda first, and then come back for Ganon.
You know, kind of like his play, or or kind of like, you know, like a bit of a compliment to his play in the dungeons earlier. Let's get all the information and then take care of what we know.
And to be fair, that one door that he didn't check could very well have been the door he came in from. And Raiko's on his way to 9 now.
Oh man, he cleaned house.
Yes, he did. We've got a race on our hands, folks.
Oh, there's the girl north of Ganon's room. Close to start.
This race could be over in just a minute here.
Yeah. Although it wasn't a quick path to Zelda, it was very close to start.
Now, here's the thing. Raiko's going to hear Ganon here. Do you think he'll just go ahead and kill Ganon?
He's got to think he's behind. So I would say he does. He would need to. He's going to check out every direction and...
That looks like what he's doing. Ooh, Dave, running a little low on health here.
You know, if he had one more heart, I think he'd have this in the bag.
I know.
And he goes down!
He needed the one heart!
Let the ragging commence!
Raikou is now in shape to be the first runner to get Ganon down.
Raikou has got the stun on Ganon. What a turn of events!
Ganon does break free, but that was a lot of hits.
Oh, man.
Raikou takes the Ganon kill. He could take first if he's able to find Zelda quickly.
It's a race to the girl for him. Everyone else knows where, you know, well, I don't know if Fred does or not, but...
Fred does not, and Dave is going for recorder stunlock strats.
But he got blown back by a beam.
Oh, man.
Oh, he's got the stun now.
Yep.
Could Dave redeem himself?
Let's see. He does.
Oh, man. All right, he's gonna beeline it to the girl at this point. Fred picking up the white sword. That could be a fatal play for Fred.
Absolutely. Now here's the thing, Dave still has to survive to get to Zelda. If he has trouble surviving...
I think he's gonna be okay, but man, if he's not...
He's got quite a path to take to get there. Raikou completely in the wrong part of mine.
Yep. And so Dave's play to seek out the girl appears to be paying off. He just avoided getting wall mastered there.
Let's see. He's got to clear this from Makis.
He's been stuck on a heart and a half forever now.
Well, one more hit would put him down to 1 heart. But it looks like... Oh, there's the 1 heart.
There's the hit. It would have taken a red Wizro beam at that point. He's in. Done, Panzer Dave. Finishing in first place. SRL time, 44 minutes, 15 seconds. But think of how much faster it could have been if he hadn't died.
It could have been a whole minute! GG to Panzer Dave. He is guaranteed to be moving on to the finals. It is now a race between Fred and Raikou for second place. And this is the important part.
Yeah. Winning is great, but not coming in last is really where it's at here. And oh, Fred finds the compass. That's going to be big. He's still got to take down the pig, but at least he has a little bit more information now. If I were him, I'd be up-aing and using that potion.
And the question was asked in chat. The spoiler log does not directly say where Ganon and Zelda are. It just tells you what rooms are where and what bomb walls exist. Raikou's heading the correct way to get to Zelda. He doesn't know it yet, but this path will take him there. He is going the right way. We have confirmation from Fred's map. He has not killed Ganon yet. He's going there now. No, he's gonna go find the path to Zelda. He might have forgotten he doesn't have the pig down. They're both gonna be getting to Zelda at the same time.
However,
Fred not having killed the pig early is going to cost him.
oh man.
And it looks like it will be Raiko and Dave in the finals.
That is what a turn of events. Raiko Ryder coming in second place. The SRL time 46 minutes 27 seconds. Looked dead in the water maybe 15 minutes ago and just picked up the pace. Took out Ganon quicker than anybody else in the seed. And Fred left scratching his head at this point. The play to the white sword, I can understand it, but it took him way out of the way.
And as a result of that, it ended up costing him dearly. Looks like we have both a Dave and a Raiko with us. Dave, first question. The heart container in 7. If you had that, it would have saved you on the Ganon fight the first time, and he would have been the first person to down Ganon.
Well, actually, I knew where he was, but I
Dave
missed
and a
looked
Raiko
at
with
my
us.
map.
Dave, first question.
And
The heart container
I
in 7.
instead accidentally took the path to Zelda. Which, guess what, turned out to be more of a blessing than anybody could have realized.
Oh yeah, knowing where she was critical. No one else got that information anywhere near as quickly as you did. Raiko was actually the first one to kill Ganon because, you know, he didn't choke at the very last second. But you know, hats off to you for seeking out all the relevant information in level 9 and then executing it.
It was a complete accident. I legitimately thought, looking at the spoiler map, I was like, oh, Ganon's to the left. I can't get there any other way, so I have to walk around. And I was like, wait, that door didn't open. I was like, oh, Ganon's to the right. Oh, that's how this works. So that accident misread on where Ganon was just led me to undoing it all.
So Fred at this point has taken down Ganon. He's making his walk over to Zelda. Raiko, I'll say don't call it a comeback, but a comeback, man. About 15 minutes ago, you looked to be dead to rights in this.
I sure thought so because it took me. I've had 2 awful overworld deaths. One of them, the reason why I checked the cave first is because the cave with the any key to see what the heart requirement was because I had a feeling that the screen with the last overworld heart was going to be a mess. So I checked the any key, found it was 6 hearts, and I went, of course. And then the screen up at the top was awful, and I only had 1 bomb, so I couldn't really deal with that screen very well. So I kind of just had to make a play, couldn't quite make it, and then I spent a lot of time trying to get the ladder out of 8. I know I had another really bad overworld death as well, trying to remember where it was. So at the end, when I noticed that no one was done with with the way the Ganon fight was, I figured Zelda had to be really difficult to get to. So I started looking in places where she would be difficult to find rather than checking the obvious places, and it wound up saving me a lot of time in level 9.
Yeah, did you find the compass, or did you just kind of work your way there?
So my plan was after I killed Ganon, and then I kind of checked the like middle right area. I checked that staircase. I took the staircase up to the top left because that was that looked like it would be a pain in the butt to get to. And then I think I either died or took an up A at some point. I think I died at some point up in the. Oh no, I was trying to fight that Patra because I happened to kill the one eye that is the master first. So I ended up dying to that Patra. And then at that point, I'm like, how is nobody done yet? So I figured Zelda was just a complete pain to find. So there's that bottom like hook of the dungeon where Zelda wound up being. I was going to check there, and then if she wasn't there, I was going to check that one staircase in the bottom corner that led to 3 isolated rooms. Because I figured if Panzer and Fred were taking so long to get through this 9, Zelda had to be either in that hook in the bottom right or through that magical staircase up top.
Yeah, it just turned out, with Dave, he accidentally went to find Zelda before he killed Ganon.
I'm not quite sure how. He was literally right there when you entered 9.
You know,
we all heard the roar.
my theory is that he was focused on finding White Sword, or maybe not, and he completely forgot he hadn't killed Ganon. He might have thought he already did it.
Let's try to rationalize Dave's decisions a little too much.
I misheard Ganon's roar on the map. That's all it was me not. I heard the roar. I'm like, well, it's not up, it's not left, it's gotta be. I was like, it's gotta be down. Not realizing where I was on the map, and I'm like, oh, there's Zelda. I had a complete brain fart.
It's because you have a sword, that's why.
Yeah.
Can you have a couple more of those brain farts in grand finals, please? Okay, thanks.
Well,
I mean, the brain fart led me to win.
Yeah, I say the brain fart was crucial to his victory here. So
I had a almost perfect 9. I went one room out of my way at 9.
Well, if you had picked up the heart container, you would have had a more perfect 9.
I still would have. It wouldn't have mattered because I died. It's fine.
You would have had one heart. That might have saved you.
It didn't matter. No, it's frustrating to a degree because in that moat room, if he gets a bad spawn, you can't fix it. You're just stuck with it.
Yeah,
and
it's kind of wacky.
Yeah, and then that's why I tried the recorder to see if I could maybe keep him sort of sunlocked, and then he went to the correct corner. I was like, okay, thank you.
I had a great Ganon fight too. I couldn't quite get the full stun lock, but it was enough.
Yeah, you got probably 8 or 9 at least off, and that was really, really solid. I mean, and that was when it was kind of getting tense because Fred had been in 9 for a while. He took the wrong turns.
Like I said previously, I know that both of these players are top tier. So in order to put myself in a position where I could get underneath one of them, I needed to do things that I knew they wouldn't do. So I explored 9 a little bit inefficiently, since I know if I try to explore 9 efficiently, they will do the same thing. And the way these randomizer tournaments work is, in order to get ahead of somebody who is a better player than you, you need to take gambles that you otherwise wouldn't.
And it'll lead to either victory or losing by twice as much as you were previously, but losing anyway. Kind of the thought process there, right?
Exactly, because if you follow meta, you are not going to beat somebody who is a better player than you are. I was in this position in the main Zelda randomizer tournament in Losers 4 when I had to play against Saver.
GG there.
I did not win, but it was a very close match.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of GGs, we do have a Fred in the chat with us.
Good evening.
Hey!
I have one question. Was White Sword worth it?
Well, no, but I didn't even hear the roar the first time through.
That explains quite a bit.
I heard the roar the first time through.
I didn't. I was holding.
See.
I was holding up, and I don't know whether, again, maybe I missed it or what have you. Again, I may have just been trying to look at the map, trying to figure things out, but I didn't even hear the roar. So I went right past him, ended up full clearing pretty much the whole level, found the compass, lovely, but then it said, oh, Ganon has to be down there near Zelda, and got extremely confused when I got to the room under Zelda, and there was no Ganon.
Wait, so I was the only one of you three that actually heard the roar the moment I stepped into 9?
Well, not the
No.
one step into the 9. I just held up, as I said. Maybe I was looking at the map. I'm not really sure what I was doing, but I went through that Gorilla room before the roar hit.
I heard the roar. I just screwed up.
In your own beautiful way.
Happy little accidents, Dave.
I was
Classic
last in
Dave.
9, wasn't I?
Yeah. What was that?
I was last in 9, wasn't I?
No. You were first
No.
into 9.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
you were
I thought
first
for
in
sure
9.
7's Triforce would have killed me.
It
I was
did,
so
mean,
pissed finding that compass.
You had a considerable lead going into that. Outside of that, then Fred kind of caught up to you with having to, by finishing 5 and 2 last and having 7 done already. And then I don't know if you didn't get to hear this part of the story, Fred. Not that it's any consolation, but Dave walked right past Ganon, just like everyone is accustomed to doing, and walked almost directly to Zelda, and then from there, it was a,
Yeah, at that point, yeah, that's like the perfect timing. So
yeah.
I misread my map completely. That's all there was to it. I really thought Ganon was in that one room, and I'm like, that's not Ganon. There's no roar. I heard the roar already. I was like, oh, wait, I can bomb right.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where, from our perspective in the commentator's booth, it seems so simple because we are not in it, so to speak. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, Ganon's to the right, duh. Knowing full well that I would have made, any number more mistakes had I been holding the controller in that situation.
it's all good. Good game to you guys. And now you guys get to give us a fun ride next week.
Hopefully.
That means you get to play in the weekly next week, Fred.
If I'm not helping out with the booth here, maybe I will be. I haven't decided yet what I'll be doing.
Ooh.
I
I want to
think
see
it
you
would be a
on
treat.
Fred.
Why not both?
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, that'll be a good one. Okay, so Dave's going over here. Son of a monkey.
Oh, it's in 7 again, dang it.
Raiko Ryder has picked up the fudge.
Another thing that I felt may have been a factor was the way that I explored 6, because the Triforce in 6 was all the way in the back.
I sort of went in a zigzag and got lucky with it.
I actually think that going like horizontal, like the horizontal sweep is just inefficient because you have to do so many more horizontal room transitions. So I actually went for a vertical sweep and wound up just kind of going to where it was in the back. I think I went into for something like 16 rooms in level 6 before finding it. Because that level 6 was enormous.
Yeah, I don't think anyone out there found the map, so anyone was, or I don't know if you guys found the map to show everyone, but yeah, that was a big level. I think I did essentially the same thing as you, Raiko. I went straight up pretty much. I think I went left and straight up, and then just ended up going around. So I may have been slightly more inefficient, but pretty much it probably was a similar route from what it sounds like.
Because
I didn't count the rooms, but
36 rooms in that level 6. That's enormous.
Ooh, that's big.
Yeah.
7 was pretty nasty as well as far as shape and Triforce.
The Triforce location, yeah. When I found the compass, I just rolled my eyes.
I left to go get bow and arrow thinking it was Goma blocked.
Which, to be totally fair, it technically was, just you didn't have to kill Tacoma.
True.
Goma adjacent.
My early game routing, I felt my early game routing was pretty bad, but once I actually had bow and silvers and could just blitz dungeons, I felt like I routed pretty well.
Yeah, and you were the only guy who took that approach. Dave was very clearly clearing out all the dungeons with unnecessary items first, trying to knock them out as fast as possible. Fred was saving bow and silvers for last because, I don't know, maybe partially because they were the closest dungeons to 9.
But more just a case in that case of I wanted to have, I want to get that any key, and I wanted ladder because there are so many ladder blocks you run into in these dungeons and trying to navigate that stuff. And then at that point, the next convenient time frame for me to get back up to the northeast was the very end there when I had all the other Triforces. So at that point, it was just a case of trying, get key, get ladder, get red ring, and then apparently need a recorder too. So discovered that those early deaths in level 1 rather did not help, nor did running out of bombs shortly after that. But
was I the only one to get a bomb upgrade?
I got that.
I got one.
I was at 0 bombs, trying to go into level 4. Discovered, we can't bomb north. Whistle back to 1. Walk in. Oh shoot, I have 81 rupees. It's 83.
Oh no.
I picked up the bomb upgrade on my second trip in 1. 27 minutes before I picked up a Tringle, because the way I routed is I hit all of the take any caves, went up to Death Mountain, get the any key, then immediately up aid to go to 1 and 8 to get the items in there, go get the wand. And then I think from there I went to after getting the wand is when I went back to 1 and 8, got the Tringles there. Then I went and did 2 and 5 to get the bow and the silvers, and then I did 4, 7, 6, 3 to 9.
Yeah, that screen, Raiko, did you die on the any key screen or the heart screen?
The heart screen, yeah, that was a nasty screen.
We did the same thing. The only difference was I lived through it. Both had a heart, both only had 1 bomb. And I managed to eke out living because the stupid lion. I'm sure they were wondering when I was going to stop dancing with the Lionel, but that Lionel kept just jumping back and forth like, I'm going to hit you. No, I'm not. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to come here. No, I'm not. I'm like,
did either of you check the any key at 5 because you didn't want to have to deal with that dumb screen?
Yes, I didn't want to do dumb screen either, and I had to do dumb screen.
Yeah. Fred checked it at 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, goodness.
I was already up there. I was going to walk by it up to the heart container up in the corner because I just literally I took the any road, grabbed the heart container out of 6, went straight up, said since I have to bomb anyway, basically pass by there to get the heart, let me just check it at 4. Because if it's there, I'm not going to go up and get the heart container. Failed, so went up, got the heart container, came back down. Oh, shoot. And so then ran back up in any road and ran over to 5 to get the vanilla 5 to get the 3rd heart.
All right, boys. Well, it's been real, but what I want to do is watch this race back, and then I need to go to sleep because I need to be up at about 7 a.m. to mower grass tomorrow because it's going to be 99 degrees tomorrow.
Yeah, please don't remind me. It's 101 tomorrow in Texas.
This game.
Good God.
Well, it's going to rain here in Tennessee, so we don't get to do anything anyway.
There's stuff to do in Tennessee?
Oh, man.
Hey,
That's-
there's
that's-
mountains and rivers.
That is rich coming from well.
I have Austin.
East Coast, West Coast, just saying it.
All right, guys, it's been good. See you next week, Raiko. Fred, wonderful game, sir.
Good races, guys. Look forward to watching the final next week.
Yeah, congratulations to all y'all. And with that, again, want to shout out to all the runners tonight. Raiko Ryder, Panzer Dave, F. Coughlin, the godfather of the Zelda Randomizer. Give all of them a follow. They are all incredibly entertaining performers here on Twitch. Shout out to Melee Wizard, my man, doing the awesome tracking. Everyone's favorite tracking job being the the spoiler log. Takes half the work out of it, but man, keeping track of more than 2 runners at any point in time in this game always difficult. Isolated, I have had a blast with you tonight, man.
And I've had a blast with you as well, Liquid.
Hey, shoutouts to the Tie-Dye Guy, our wonderful restreamer here on Randomania 1, my favorite restream channel for the Zelda 1 Randomizer Battle Royale tournaments. The finals will be next week at the same time, 10 Eastern, 9 Central, because Central Time is for winners. We're going to be throwing it over right now over to Randomania 2, where they have they have Final Fantasy Randomizer Tournament Exhibition going on. Some real fun, crazy stuff happening there. That's where we're headed now. You got anything else to add to this, ISO?
I do not.
All right, so on behalf of all of our friends here at the wonderful Randomania Streaming Network, this is Liquid Husband saying thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again for the finals of this tournament next week, and plenty more along the way.